In this video, I'm going to tell you what I think about buying hearing aids online. Coming up. Hi guys, Cliff Olson, Doctor of Audiology and founder of Applied Hearing Solutions in Anthem, Arizona. And on this channel, I cover a bunch of hearing-related information to help make you a better informed consumer. So if you're into that, consider hitting the subscribe button. All right, so full disclosure, I am obviously an audiologist and I own a clinic where I recommend, sell, and fit hearing aids. I have a financial interest in individuals coming to me to treat their hearing loss. All this being said, you may think that I am 100% against online hearing aids, but that is not the case. Despite my prior mentioned financial ties to patients coming into me to treat their hearing loss, I do believe that online hearing aids provides a good option for some individuals with hearing loss. And they can provide a viable option for individuals with hearing loss depending on their wants and needs. You see, hearing aids purchased online come with pros and cons, the same as pros and cons that would come with hearing aids purchased in a clinic. The thing is, you just have to be able to weigh those pros and cons and identify which one of those options is right for you. All right, so let's take a look at some of the pros that I find in online hearing aids. Number one is increased accessibility. If you happen to not have access to a really good hearing aid clinic, or you live out in the middle of nowhere and you don't have access to a hearing aid clinic, buying hearing aids online might actually be your best option. Number two, hearing aids purchased online can be a low-cost alternative to buying hearing aids in a clinic. Sure, you won't get the same amount of service or expertise that you would find in a clinic, but if the cost savings warrants you going with an online hearing aid, or you just can't afford hearing treatment any other way, then buying a hearing aid online makes a lot of sense. Number three is the added convenience of purchasing something online. You can literally go online, purchase devices, have them shipped to your door, and you can do this all from the comfort of your own home while wearing your pajamas if you like. Now, you could wear your pajamas into my clinic, but generally I recommend that you wear clothes. Pro number four, they can actually provide a viable option for certain types of hearing loss. Generally, it's not recommended if you have a severe to profound hearing loss to be purchasing devices online, but if you have a mild to moderate hearing loss, there is some devices out there that even if you don't have them fit perfectly to your ears, could provide you with some benefit. Pro number five is that online hearing aids can provide an option for someone who flat out just doesn't want to go to a hearing clinic. And on top of that, it can end up being that stepping stone for optimal treatment down the road if and when you're ready to go into a hearing clinic. All right, so there are a lot of good pros to buying hearing aids online, but as with anything, there are some cons that go along with it as well. Con number one is that marketing will often lead you to believe that hearing aids purchased online are exactly the same as hearing aids purchased in a clinic, that they're just cheaper. But most of these online hearing aids that cost you $300 to $400 a piece lack some of the basic features that you would find in even the lowest level of technology inside of a hearing clinic. And con number two is that hearing aids bought online do not come with any in-office care, which comprises the majority of the cost of a hearing aid when you buy it in a clinic. This means no hands-on training, no immediate servicing of your devices if anything goes wrong with them, but most importantly, there's no way to ensure that a hearing aid purchased online is fit and programmed correctly for your hearing loss prescription. The only way to do this is to perform real ear measures on them. Now, if you don't know what real ear measures are, or you want to learn more about them, I will put my video in the card up here and link it in the description below so you can learn more about real ear measures and why it is absolutely the most critical component to treating your hearing loss. All right, that's it for the cons. So overall, what is it that I think you should do? Number one is do your due diligence. Really evaluate what the pros and cons are for online hearing aids and what the pros and cons are for hearing aids purchased in a clinic. And only you know what the most important factors are for you, so take those into account when you're weighing which option to go with. You have to remember, buying hearing aids online and buying them in a clinic is not like comparing apples to apples. They are two completely different forms of hearing aid delivery models, and both are intended to treat your hearing loss in a different way. Number 2 is look past the marketing. Both online hearing aids and hearing aids in a clinic will have some level of marketing hype surrounding them, like this has a 50 times faster processing chip, or this one here has dynamic noise reduction. It doesn't mean that those hearing aids will actually perform well. Now, if you decide to buy hearing aids online, great. But if you don't have success with hearing aids purchased online, I don't want you to think that hearing aids just don't work for you. It might be that they weren't actually meeting your hearing loss prescription, or some of the features in those devices weren't features that you necessarily needed, or it may not have had features that you absolutely need. On the flip side of that, if you buy hearing aids in a clinic and don't have success, it also doesn't mean that hearing aids aren't the right treatment option for you. You have to make sure that if you go to a clinic, they are actually using best practices, which means they're doing things like speech and noise testing or validated subjective outcome questionnaires on you both before and after treating you with hearing aids. But most importantly, they need to be using real ear measures, because this, like I said before, is the only way to ensure that hearing aids are programmed correctly for your hearing loss prescription. The goal for each of my patients is to maximize the performance of their hearing aids using research-proven best practices, but doing them with extreme amounts of precision and a little bit of humor as well. But this does come with an added time commitment, and it does come with potentially a greater expense than buying hearing aids online. Ultimately, it comes down to you educating yourself about online hearing aids and in-clinic hearing aids. And once you have a clear understanding of the two and you've weighed the pros and cons as you see them, then you'll be able to make the right decision for you. That's it for this video. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments section below. If you liked the video, please share it. And if you want to see more videos just like this one, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I'll see you next time.